In the last session we discussed about in IIT the first chapter, which is the linear equations and inequations. In that we discussed about the numerical expression, algebraic expression and some definitions we have discussed. Now in this session we are going to discuss about the linear equation, simple equations and properties of the equality. In that the first one is the linear equation. What is meant by linear equation? If the degree of the equation is 1, we call that equation is called as a linear equation. So here, what is meant by the degree? Degree is nothing but the highest power of the variable, we call it as a degree. Now consider here few examples to understand what is meant by the linear equation. Consider here 2x square plus 5 is equal to 0 and consider 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. You know that both are equations because here equality symbol is there. Before session we discussed what is meant by the equation, and here you know that what is the degree, here what is the variable, here we call x as a variable, and you need to check the power of the variable, and after that you have to check the highest power of the variable, that will be the degree of the equation. Here what is the degree, here 2, and in this case what will be the degree, here 1. So here what is meant by the linear equation? If the degree of the equation is 1, we call it as a linear equation. Now here if you consider this one, you can observe that here the degree, here in this expression the degree is 1, so we can say that it is an example of the linear equation, right? And if the degree is 2, what we call it as a quadratic equation. Okay. Now what is meant by the linear equation? If the degree of the equation is 1, we call it as a linear equation. Now see the next one, which is simple equations. And the next concept, which is simple equations. So here let us consider few examples here. 2x plus 5 is equal to x plus 2, and consider here x plus 5 is equal to 2. These are the examples of the simple equations. What is meant by the simple equation is nothing but just solving the value of the variable. Here what is the variable, here x, you need to find the value of the variable here. The left side of the equation, you know that we call this one as left LHS, which is nothing but left hand side, and the right side of the equation we call it as an RHS, and in an equation both are equal. And here if you have given any simple equation, just you need to find the value of the x by using the various methods. You can find it. If you have given any two equations, suppose let us consider here 2x, here consider few examples here. 2x plus 5 is equal to 2 and 2y plus 6 is equal to something. They have given two equations and they asked to find the value of the x and y, and you can find the value of the x and y by using the various methods. One is the elimination method, substitution method, graphical method, and these methods we are going to discuss in the next session. In this session we are going to discuss about the properties of the equality. Here what is meant by the simple equation? If you have given any equation, you can find the value of the variable by using the various methods. And now we are going to discuss about the properties of the equality. In that, the first property is the reflexive property. Okay, what is meant by reflexive property? Reflexive property is nothing but the number which is equal to itself, we call it as a reflexive property. It is very easy to understand. Every number is equal to itself, right? Because here you know that 5 is equal to 5, right? And you know that 2 is equal to 2. Every number is equal to itself. That property we call it as a reflexive property. In case of variable, you can take here if x is a variable, we can say that x is equal to x for all x. This is the symbol for all. So x is equal to x for all x. This one we call it as a reflexive property. What reflexive property says? Every number is equal to itself. That property we call it as a reflexive property, and it is applicable to any of the number or any of the variable. Now see the next property, which is the symmetric property. What the symmetric property says here? If the first number is equal to the second number, then we can say that the second number is equal to the first number. That property we call it as a symmetric property. Here again, what it states here, if the first number is equal to the second number, and we can say that the second number is equal to the first number, that property we call it as a symmetric property. In case of the variables, how you can write this one as, if x and y are two variables, if x is equal to y, then we can say that y is equal to x. Right? Here consider few examples here. Consider 2 plus 5. And consider here 2 plus 5 and 3 plus 4. Let us consider this value as x and let us consider this value as y. What is the value of 2 plus 5? You know that 2 plus 5 is 7. And what is the value of 3 plus 4? Which is also 7. So here, what we can conclude here, if x is equal to y, then we can say that y is equal to x. The same thing here, you can observe that, let us consider here the x value as 2 plus 5. And consider the y value as 3 plus 4. So here, what we are saying, x is equal to y. If x is equal to y, then we can say that y is equal to x, right? So you know that x is equal to y because 2 plus 5 is always equal to 3 plus 4. So here what we got in here, from this what we can write, you can write 3 plus 4 is equal to 2 plus 5, right? Because you know that both are equal, if you change the order, you will get the same result. This property we call it as a symmetric property. What it states, if the first number is equal to the second number, then we can say that the second number is always equal to the first number. This property we call it as a symmetric property. Now see the next property, which is the transitive property. What the transitive property says here is that if x is equal to y and y is equal to z, then we can state here x is equal to z. If this property holds, then we can say that this property is called the transitive property. What it states here, if you consider any three variables here, what it states here, if x is equal to y and y is equal to z, then you can equate x is equal to z. That property we call it as a transitive property. Let us understand this one with the help of the example here. Consider here 6 plus 2. And you know that 6 plus 2 is 8, right? Consider here 4 into 2. You know that which is also 8. So here let us consider this value as x and let us consider this value as y. And what it states here, you know that x is equal to y. And after that, you know that if x is equal to y and y is equal to z, then we can equate x is equal to z. So based on this, what we can conclude here, you can observe that here this one, you can write as like this, 8 is equal to 4 into 2. You know that x is equal to y. And here, let us consider this value as z and y is equal to z. So we can equate this x is equal to z. From this what we will get here, 6 plus 2 is equal to 4 into 2. This property we call it as a transitive property. Again, what it states here, if x is equal to y and y is equal to z, then we can say that x is equal to z. So here, with the same example, you know that 6 plus 2 is equal to 8, right? Let us consider this value as x and this value as y. And we got it here, x is equal to y. Now you need to consider this equation y is equal to z. That means what is the value of y? 8. You can write 8 as 4 into 2. Right? You know that this is the value of y. Let us consider this value as z. So since x is equal to y, y is equal to z, what the property says, if these two conditions are possible, then we can say From this you can equate these two values. That means 6 plus 2 is equal to 4 into 2. Is it true or not? 6 plus 2 is 8 and 4 into 2 is also 8. So this property we call it as a transitive property. What it states? If x is equal to y and y is equal to z, then we can say that x is equal to z. Now see the next one, additive property. What the additive property says here, if equal numbers are added to both sides of an equality, the equality remains the same. That means here, what they said here, if x is equal to y, that means you know that if x is equal to y, what the additive property says here, if you add an equal number to both of their sides, then you are getting the result is also the same. Let us consider here 2 is equal to 2. You know that 2 is equal to 2. And according to this additive property, you need to add some number. The same number you need to add to both of the sides, which is LHS and RHS. Let us consider that number as 3. So you need to add it here 3. So that what you are getting here, the result you are getting the same. This property we call it as an additive property. What it states here, if x is equal to y, then x plus y is equal to y plus z. This property we call it as an additive property. In the case of the statements, how we can state here, if equals are added to both of the sides of an equality, the equality remains the same. This property we call it as an additive property. Similarly, what the subtraction property says here, the same thing here under subtraction, if x is equal to y, then if you subtract the same number, then we can say that the result is the same. This property is called as the subtraction property or subtraction property. So here consider the same number. Here 2 we took the same number. You know that 2 is equal to 2. Which number we are subtracting here? The same number, which is minus 3. What you are getting the result, which is minus 1 and minus 1. So here if equals, if you take any equality, if you are subtracting the same number to both of the sides of this equality, the result will be the same. That property we call it as a subtraction property. Similarly, what will be the multiplicative property? If you take any two sides are equal, if you multiply the same number, let us consider the same number as z, then you have to get the same result. Consider some number, you know that 3 is equal to 3. If you multiply the same number to both of the sides, what you are getting the result which is the same. Right? This property we call it as a multiplicative property. And after that, the last one is the division property. What it states here, if x is equal to y and if you divide with the same number, you have to get the same result. Let us consider here one example. You know that 4 is equal to 4. You need to divide with the same number. Let us consider that number as 2. So what you are getting? You are getting the same result. That property we call it as an, let us consider that number as z. So if x is equal to y, then we can state that x by z is always equal to y by z. This property we call it as a division property. So up to now what we have discussed here, linear equation. What is meant by the linear equation? If the degree of the equation is 1, we call it as a linear equation. And what is meant by the simple equation? If you have given any equation, you can solve the value of the variable by using some methods. We are going to discuss those methods in the next session that we discussed. And after that we discussed the properties of the equality. In that we discussed about the reflexive property. What is meant by the reflexive property? If every number is equal to itself, the property we call it as a reflexive property. And after that we discussed about the symmetric property. What it states, if the first number is equal to the second number, then we can state that the second number is always equal to the first number. That property we call it as a symmetric property. And after that we discussed about the transitive property. What it states here, if x is equal to y and y is equal to z, then we can say that x is equal to z. This property we call it as a transitive property. And after that we discussed about the additive property. What is meant by the additive property? If you take any two values are equal, if you are adding the same number, you are getting the same result. That property we call it as an additive property. The same thing we discussed about the subtraction, multiplication and division. And from this session is completed. In the next session we are going to discuss about how to solve the linear equations by using the different methods.